Hello and welcome back to Sharin no Kuni. And there is something special about this episode, even though it maybe is not that special for you, but for me, I fiddled a little bit around with the audio, and it turns out I could adjust my own microphone audio a little bit lower than I anticipated, because OBS never shows the maximum output, the maximum volume I can put out. So I had to fiddle around with this again, so I think I had to change that so many times by now. And hopefully I found a point now where it is good. And yeah, also the in-game audio will now be significantly louder. Hopefully at least. But I hope that it is in balance, that it is more in balance, because I reviewed my footage I did before, and I realized that some of it was really loud in comparison to all the other audio in the game, and something was even off in the volume that it overtuned. I think overtune is the right term for that. So I hope I could fix it with that, and that even the audio is now in a better state. And we will see how this will go, if it was a poorly decision or if I have to adjust it again. But never mind that, let's just start right into it, hopefully. The background audio is already a little bit louder than I would anticipate, but never mind that, I tested now. It was a calm summer morning, like any other.
おはよう、森田くん。
Good morning, Morita-kun. Top of the morning to you, me lass! Wait. I just got all the Jacksepticeye vibes. This is the first thing I wanted to say. Top of the morning to you, my laddies. Oh, cool. Even though this game is so old, this is Jacksepticeye made it, and immediately totally up to date with this phrase that almost all of YouTube should know by now.
テンション高いわね。
Well, aren't we excitable today? Yeah, I haven't gotten any sleep. Actually, you are pretty early today yourself.
早寝早起きは美容にいいのよ。
Early to bed and early to rise makes a woman's skin supple. I'm sure it does, but actually getting up to draw up Toga's schedule, aren't you? Yoko-san was holding a notebook between her index finger and thumb. Index finger and thumb. It's weird that she only holds it in 2 fingers. I mean, she has a whole hand to grab onto it, isn't it? A magical notebook capable of taking away all of Tooka's freedoms. Although Kyoko-san had probably never gone that far. Got anything different on the lineup for today?
特にないわ。いつものように運動して勉強するだけね。
Not really. Just the usual exercise and study. How tedious.
退屈なことでも毎日続けるから意味があるのよ。
The meaning of tedium is found in the repetition thereof. Studying and exercising all day are the components of a healthy lifestyle. Is it? Exercising, I would agree. I myself don't do nearly enough exercises. Almost none. And that's just really, really bad. I only swing up to my bicycle, but that's only because I have to go to a place and back, and that's half or 3/4 of an hour maximum, and that's all the exercise I have currently, and that's not enough.
どうしたの？急に叫び出して。
You don't need to proclaim it to the world. However, one cannot be truly healthy without practicing proper eating habits as well.
だったらどうだというの？
Well, what do you want me to do about it? I don't know, visit a cooking class? Buy cooking utensils again? Why don't you try cooking a warm homemade meal, ma'am? Then you can have a lovely family dinner with your daughter. Don't you think she has enough tedium in her life outside of meals?
お断りするわ。
I refuse. Geez, cooking must really have been taboo around here. That's sad. That's really sad. Even as a single, I cook once in a while. Just because I can't stand all the other food I inhale. but I'm a bad... How's it called? God damn it, I hate it when a thing I actually know slips my mind. I am a bad... Example! There it is! Oh, god damn it. Itadakimasu! Oh, not this again! Kyoko-san and her daughter were munching on what appeared to be vitamin supplements. You know, it's been pretty hot lately. I guess midsummer has really rolled around, huh? Oh hey, isn't it about time for that Bon festival thing in Japan? I've always wanted to try the Bon dance, actually. Man, doesn't it sound just too cool? I mean, putting on a yukata and visiting all the stalls. The Bon festival? Is this the festival you see in the Slice of Life and Slice of Life animes where the high school students usually have the first dates and all that, where all those stands that you can go fishing and fish those ducklings or catch other fishes with a net, and it isn't supposed to break and you have to be really gently about it, and you can eat all those ball things. I think it's called takoyaki or something. Don't even pin me down on that. I don't know anything about Japanese food, even though I consume the animes. I mean, and yeah, I think it's those festivals, and all the ladies have on their kimonos, and the guys can actually dress up too if they like to. And I think that's what he said is the yukata seems to be the equivalent of the kimono, if I connect that white together. Hey, guys, I have a tendency to roll over and die from loneliness, you know? Oh god, why have I neglected this for a day? You're ignoring me on purpose, aren't you? Damn it. If the food's boring, the conversation's gonna be boring.
森田健一
What is it, my dear? I don't care what you want to talk about. Just say something. Anything to sweep aside these doldrums.
昨日電話あった
Did we get a phone call last night? No.
あ、そうごちそうさま
I see. Thanks. I had stayed up all night watching the phone for her. The least she could have done was thank me. But she thanked you. I was starting to get pissed off. I'm running away from home.
え？
You heard me. I'm going to go live under a bridge.
構わないけれど、当家の監督はどうするのよ。
Fine by me, but what are you going to do about Tooka's supervision? There's not much point in me bothering with that now, is there? Even if Tooka violated her obligation, Kyoko-san was just going to cover for her. There's not really any reason for me to be here.
何すねてるの子供みたいだよ
Oh, I really should go all out, and there's just no reason for me to be here. I just playing it down by having a funny voice. Ooh. No, it's not really funny, but anyway, it feels like it for me at least. Stop having a temper tantrum. Are you a little kid? Totally wrong voice. Shut up! I've merely grown quiet weary of living with a family as cold as this one.
職務放棄するというの？
So, you're going to abandon your duties? Of course not. I'm just not going to live here anymore.
家を出てどこに行くのよ。
Wait. Let's do this again. Of course not. I'm just not going to live here anymore. I continue my supervision externally from tomorrow onward. Where do you plan to go after you leave? Dunno. Go to Sachi. Have some smexy time with her. Comfort her. Whatever.
サチの部屋に戻るとか？
Is she really jealous about that? Will you be going back to Sachi's room? Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. She gets pretty lonely. If you know what I mean. I really try way too hard to sound funny. But it's just that I really... past couple of days I was so down, and I actually tried to overcome my own moodiness by playing in a way that I wouldn't do normally. So it's more or less therapy for me here to get my own mood up. So sorry if I goof around here and there and try to do really weird jokes. Please, I apologize for that, but I need that right now.
待ちなさいよ。サチに迷惑かかるよ。
You'd be... what? Wait a second! You'd be imposing on Sachi! What? What does that... I actually should know the word, but I can't figure out the context of this. Wait. Imposing... Show me. You'd be imposing on Sachi. That makes no sense. Imposing is a positive thing. Wait a second, you'd be imposing on Sachi. Let me retranslate that. You'd be impressive, sweeping, striking, charming, grand, sensational on Sachi. What? Well, true, Sachi is really busy with painting right now. I'd hate to get in her way. Imposing is the wrong vocabulary for that, isn't it? Or vocabulary? The wrong word for it, I guess.
そうだよ。森田健一はうるさいから、サチと一緒にいちゃダメだよ。
Even she needs to relax in one way or the other. Other times. Exactly. Sachi doesn't need someone as loud and annoying as you around her. I need you. Please come to me, she thinks in her head. Maybe I go live with Nak-chan then. She would have most certainly refused me, however.
うちにいればいいのよ。
What's wrong with staying here? It's boring. No one ever holds a real conversation. Kyoko-san refuses to talk about her past. Kyoko-san refuses to cancel your obligation. We never eat real food. Toka is a spoiled brat.
愚痴ばっかりね。
You sound like a whiny baby.
とにかく、私の担当なんだから、私の家に住んでればいいんだよ。
Did she just say tsundere? Or sundere? And that has a total different meaning. Anyway, you're my supervisor, so you should stay here. Not a week ago, you were screaming for me to get out. What brought about this sudden change of heart?
別に、なんでもないよ。ただ、 ちょっと野宿させるのもかわいそうかなって思っただけ。
No, nothing, really. I just feel bad for you if you have to sleep out in the open. It's not like I like you or anything. That's not what you said, the last thing, but I guess you know what I'm going with there. Anyway, this can actually have two things. The first thing is she needs me to pick up the phone for her, otherwise she couldn't communicate with her dad. And the other thing is the other obvious tsundere thing, that she is actually dear to me at some point of this chapter. I tilted my head. Ah, so you do like me.
バカじゃないの？
I never said that, baka. Am I wrong?
なんでそういう解釈になるのか聞きたい。
I'd like to know just how you came up with that idea. I wonder.
出てけ！やっぱり出てけ！屋根のない生活で苦しめ！
I changed my mind. Get out! Get the heck out of here! Live the miserable life of a hobo! So boring. I can't believe there's nothing interesting to do except meth with Tooka.
その辺にしときなさいね。
Knock it off, you two. Huh? Kyoko-san had been watching us like we were brother and sister in the midst of a quarrel. And she had been smiling. Kyoko-san, you smile beautifully.
え？何のことかしら？
Huh? What are you talking about? Her face resumed its usual steely expression. Oh my. Maybe I had just been imagining her smiling.
森田健一！まだ話は終わってないよ。
Morita Kenichi, I'm not done talking to you yet. She just didn't let things go. The severe heat of midsummer accompanied our tedium. I really hope that the audio is alright. Ah, there's the music, alright. Well then, it was about time for me to give Pups a progress report. A progress report without any progress to report, that is. Kyoko-san and I had been behaving quite laxly as well. Pups was probably going to get angry. I felt a sudden wave of nausea. So the school was still under construction, eh? I cast a sidelong glance at the workers as I entered the school. Actually, I think one of you will be actually pleased because I was already asked to raise the volume and I think I haven't wasted enough at that point because one certain person, I'm sorry that I can't remember how you're called, I only memorized the picture, not the name most of the time. And I couldn't even describe the picture, to be honest, by now. But he wanted to hear his voice more clearly because he has such a soothing, deep, swoony voice that I possibly could never achieve. I cast a sidelong glance at the workers as I entered the school. I knocked on Hoizuki's door and then entered. Pup stared straight at me, as was his propensity. I've come to give my report.
必要ない。
That won't be necessary. Huh? What do you... Todd? The old man ignored my question and simply glared silently at me. His gaze was quite unnerving, to say the least. This didn't look good.
何ら進展がないのだろ
You've made no progress, correct? How had he known? Because he has eyes and ears everywhere in town. Maybe he set up cameras or something. At the moment, I'm maintaining the status quo in order for something to happen. I need to learn more about their personal history and
現状維持だと
maintaining the status quo, you say? Huh? Yeah. Not a trace of anger was visible on Hoizuki's face. Even so, it was obvious that he was silently condemning my lack of ability.
いつまで現状維持が続くのだ
And just how long is the status quo of yours going to continue? Hell if I knew. I'm unable to answer that question presently.
では大根親子はいつから現状を維持しているのだ
Then answer this. Just how long has the One family been maintaining the particular status quo?
いつから娘は義務を負いいつからこの町で暮らしそしていつまで茶番のような毎日を過ごしているのだ
How long has the daughter been burdened with her obligation? How long have they lived in this town? And most importantly, how long do they plan to persist in their farce of a lifestyle? Farce? You could tell her the farce. I mean, she can do what she wants. She is unable to be a proper mother. Well, maybe not unable, but she lacks certain things and feels the necessity to have an obligation on her daughter to actually be able to control her. And if that isn't a lack of parenting, that you are not able to control your kid without an obligation, and Toka, in my eyes, is not a criminal and hard to maintain child. She just wants to do things normal children would do. And if I remember correctly, it was actually Kyoko's fault that her daughter got injured in the first place, and she thought that she could prevent it by putting a burden onto Tooka. She put this obligation, in my perspective, on her just to make sure that she couldn't get hurt anymore because she wouldn't have any free will. Because she was scared. She put the obligation on Tooka because she was scared about her safety. But she totally is wrong on that behalf.
あの親子に義務は必要ない。そうは思わんか
You must agree that that family has no need for such an obligation. Well, of course, Tooka's upbringing was nothing out of the ordinary. Study, clean your room, tidy up the house. Sorry, my voice is a little bit damaged because I made all the audio testing. Or microphone testing, therefore. I should really don't strain my voice, and I really hope it can regenerate. These were ordinary chores that children in households the world over performed on a daily basis. And even if Tooka were to disobey one of her orders, Kyoko-san would just end up covering for her. Yeah, I could definitely see how this would qualify as a farce.
お前という特別高等人の監督がなくてもあの親子は大した不自由もなく生活していけるのだそう現状維持したまま
Those two are capable of continuing their daily life without major incident, without the assistance of a special high-class individual such as yourself. Maintaining the status quo indeed. Most people shouldering an obligation did so quite unwillingly. However, the One family was in no rush to cancel its obligation. Why? Simply because they were not unhappy?
大根京子がなぜ娘の義務を取り下げないのか森田には分からんか
Do Do you not understand why One Kyoko possesses no desire to cancel her daughter's obligation? This case would have been a done deal already if I had. I'm currently investigating that matter. On that subject, would it be possible for me to examine Toga's family register?
よかろう。特別に許可する。
Very well. I will grant you special permission.
それから数日後に大根京子に対して親権者適正研修を実施する予定だ。
Additionally, One Kyoko is scheduled to undertake the parental authority qualification training in several days. Okay, that means two things. One thing is the obligation could resolve on its own because Kyoko will fail the test and Hoizuki knows that she will fail, and if she fails, the obligation is cancelled because she is not capable of being a proper parent. And I can see him not allowing the daughter to accept her as her mother. She would force her. He would force her to do the test regardless. And second of all, if the obligation is lifted because Kyoko fails the test, fails the PAQT, and the obligation is lifted because of that, Kenichi would fail his exam and would fail to lift the obligation by his own means. So he tries to force him into action for him to have a higher desire to succeed. ... I had a feeling that this would happen. What about the procedure from exemption from the training? The procedure where Tooka offered her word that Kyoko-san was an adequate parental figure.
3日以内に大根10日を連れてこちらに来い。
Bring One Toka here within the next 3 days. Understood. ... What does it mean? Are you beating her? ... Hoizuki said nothing further, and so I left the room. He hadn't actually criticized me for my lack of progress, but as usual, something just bothered me about the whole affair. I think the reason he wants her in 3 days is that he holds Toga custody, if this is the right word, if this is the right word for it, and so she is not able to say that she is an adequate parent. Oh, please, for the love of everything, stop smoking pot, man. There was no real background explanation why he started smoking pot on a regular basis. Phew, those meetings with Pops are pretty intense. I was taking a smoke break in front of the house. After I finished smoking, I needed to inform Kyoko-san that she was going to undergo training. A motorcycle pulled up beside me. It was the mailman. Wow, a mailman with a motorcycle. Much appreciated. He handed me an envelope, then sped away on his bike. One Kyoko was written on the front of the envelope.
Morita Keiichi!
Let me guess, the phone rang and I wasn't there. What's up? You're out of breath.
今、郵便物届いたでしょ?
We just got some mail, didn't we? Yes, however, this is addressed to Kyoko-san, not you. Her shoulders drooped.
誰から届いたの?
Who is it from? Let's see. I turned the envelope over. I gasped.
どうかしたの?
What's wrong?
お母さん、なんか手紙が届いてるって。
Mom, we got a letter.
そう。どちら様から?
I see. Who is it from? It's from Kuki. That's her father. That was not a what. And question exclamation mark would be quite sufficient for that. And her face assumed a pallid hue. Okay.
小骨後期って、ひょっとして、
Oni, Koki, is that? Even a monkey could figure it out. Both of them rushed toward me.
見せなさい
Oh, give it to me! Let me see it! I jumped backwards. Hey, I think we should all calm down, okay? I hid the letter behind my back.
森田くん、渡しなさい。
Morita-kun, pass it over.
見せてお願い
Let me see it, please.
どうか、あなたは引っ込んでなさい。
Toka, kiss this immediately.
やだよせっかくのお父さんからの手紙
No, Dad finally sent us a letter.
どうか。
やだってば
I said no. And now she will respond. Kiss it at once, this is an order. Fucking obligation. The father's letter had given birth to conflict between his wife and child.
森田くん、早く渡して。
Morita-kun, hurry up and give it to me. Give it to me hard and... No, you mean the letter, right? Oh, okay. Sorry, that's the bad jokes I mean. I'm sorry. Whatever. I only laugh at myself right now. I took the letter and... Oh! You shouldn't give me the power to do that. You really shouldn't give me the power to do that. This is power I normally can't handle. And I know the letter is addressed to Kyoko, so it would be actually a crime to open the letter of someone else. But I wouldn't be the one. I would give it to Oka, and yeah, she could file a case for her, but that would be bad for her daughter, and I don't think she wanted. So I, obviously, because I like Toka, because she is the total epiphany of a tsundere type, and I love my tsunderes, wouldn't really like to have one in real life, though. At least not if she's violent towards me. If she's a little pissy, I could understand, but where's the fun in if a tsundere wouldn't be pissy? Anyway, give it to Toka. It wasn't going to make a difference, but I felt like taking her feelings into account. Here. I presented the envelope to Toka.
ありがとう
Thank you!
ダメよ。
No! Kyoko-san snatched it away from her. Toka, you dumb boss!
これは私のものよ。
Come on, Toka, snatch it back! Come on! Punch you in the face! Sorry that I'm looking always there, but I don't even know why I'm looking there, but I should look there. I really still have to train. After so many years, I still have to train myself to look into the camera. But I'm so used to check on the side if everything runs properly that I sometimes just forget it. Because 2 screens, one here, one there. Just so I will never fail to record something. This is mine.
ひどいよ
That's so cool.
黙りなさい。
Be quiet. She held the letter out in front of her and glared at Toka. I had known that she would take it away.
まったく、今さらなんだって言うのよ。
Why the hell did he send this now after all this time? She tore open the letter. Her eyes shot wide open as she began to read the contents.
お母さん
I think he's about to die. I think he's sick and about to die. That's my premonition. If this is the right word for it, please correct me if not. Mom! Yep, he's dying. Definitely dying. Kyoko-san's shoulders trembled.
お母さんちょっとでいいから私にも見せて
Mom, just let me see it. No, Mom, let me see it. Just for a little bit. Kyoko?
お父さん元気にしてるのかな
Is Dad doing okay?
この前の電話じゃ何もわからなかったから
I couldn't really tell what was up when he called me.
私の名前呼ぶだけで何も話してくれなかったから心配で
All he did was say my name. I was so worried. Kyoko-san ignored her daughter. He's dying. She blew out a sigh. Had she finished reading it? I had taken a glance at it earlier. The handwriting had looked rather sloppy.
お母さん
Mom? What a fitting music. You are a devilish woman. You are a devilish woman. What?
やめてよ
Stop! She whipped the letter into tiny pieces.
ちょっとお母さんやめてったら
Wait! Mom! Stop! Stop it!
黙りなさい。何度言えばわかるの？
Be quiet! How many times do I have to tell you? One would have never imagined that such a voice could come from Kyoko-san.
10日には関係ないわ。
It has nothing to do with you, Toka.
でもお父さんからの
But it's from Dad.
だったら何だって言うの？
And what about it? She tossed the remnants of the letter into the garbage with a look of disgust upon her face.
お母さん
Mom! Toka was rooted to the spot. She must have been absolutely shocked.
10日、父親のことなんて忘れなさい。
Toka, forget about your father. Toka gulped.
あの人のことを覚えていても仕方がないわ。
Even if you keep thinking about him, nothing will come of it.
なんで
Why?
なんでそんなに隠そうとするの
Why are you trying to keep him out of my life like this? She might not have even known. She might not have even known his name. If that were the case, then I would have to applaud Kyoko-san's information suppression abilities. Wait, how couldn't she possibly not know the name if she lived with her father in the bakery he had? Toka should have been able to investigate it rather easily, assuming it hadn't been prohibited specifically by an order. Yeah, that's weird.
だって電話じゃ優しそうだったよ優しそうに「トーカ」って呼びかけてくれたよ
But he sounded so kind on the phone. He called me Toka, this gentle voice.
10日が父親についてどう思おうと、それは自由だわ。
You are free to think whatever you want about your father.
意味がわかんないよ
What do you mean by that?
10日のお父さんは優しい人。それでいいじゃない。
Your dad is a nice guy. Isn't that good enough for you?
よくないよだったらもっと教えてよどこで何してるのどんな風に話をしてどんなことで笑うのねえどう優しいの
It's not! In that case, tell me more! Where is he? What is he doing right now? What kind of things does he like to talk about? What does he find funny? Come on, tell me! And just how is he... And just how is he a nice guy? ... dodge. Kyoko-san looked at me. Yes?
森田くん、何の因果か知らないけれど、あなたがこの家に来てから少し家庭が乱れているわ。
Oh. Morita-kun, I don't know why exactly, but our family seems to have fallen into disorder ever since you arrived here. I see. Her family had fallen into disorder, eh? I didn't think that the situation was as serious as Kyoko-san made it out to be. However, there were certainly tremors stirring beneath the surface of this lovely family.
お母さん、私の話を聞いて。
Mom, listen to me!
知る必要がないことなのよ。そう。親にはね、子供に有害な情報を与えないようにする義務があるのよ。
But he's an adult. I mean, the very beginning of this game said to me that all the characters who appear are 18 plus, with the exception of Mana, I guess. So, she's not technically a child anymore. You don't need to know. Yes, that's right. Parents have a duty to keep harmful information away from their child.
有害？
Harmful?
どうしてお父さんについて知るのが有害なの？
Why? Why would knowing about my father be harmful? Kyoko-san shook her head exasperately.
どうか、黙って部屋に戻りなさい。
Toka, be quiet and go to your room.
お母さん、そんなのずるいよ。
Mom, it's not fair!
命令よ。わからないのかしら。
This is an order. Did you not hear me?
やだ！教えてよ！
Oh! I'm a special high-class individual. I could take her right now in the concentration camp because she disobeyed her order. Oh my, this is Uh-oh, am I getting the bad ending now? I get bad ending vibes. No! Tell me! Tell me!
森田くん、私の娘が義務に違反しようとしているのだけれど。
Morita-kun, do you not see my daughter attempting to violate her obligation? She unexpectedly spun in my direction. The look in her eyes chilled my very soul. Choka, come with me. I grabbed her arm.
触らないでよ！
Oh my, is this really happening? This was supposedly a test episode. And it gets so serious all of a sudden. Don't touch me! Follow the order. If you don't.
わかったよ。どこか恐ろしい場所に連れて行くって言うんでしょ。
I know. You take me to some scary place, won't you? Let's go. She jerked her arm away from me. ... She glared at both of us.
わけわからない！
I don't understand this! She headed into her room after screaming at us. I didn't understand it either. Kyoko-san, I'd have to agree with her. I don't really understand your situation.
そう。それで。
I see. And? Her voice was shaking slightly. In any case, you are expected to attend the PAQT. In that state that her daughter is in right now, your daughter will not tell you about this. Oh, I bet Hoizuki got in contact with her father. I bet Hoizuki plays in the background again, just like he did with Sachi. He contacted the father and gave the number of the Chooka on One residence to him. Yeah, on One. The One. Yeah, he gave the number to them, and now he's stewing up a situation for me to be able to pass the test by putting so much pressure on this. You are a parental authority who has assigned her daughter an obligation. Thus, regardless of your current circumstances, we are going to make you participate in the training.
そう。やっぱり。
I see. I thought so. Was she nervous? Yeah, because her daughter would not say the words she needed her to. I didn't blame her, after some of the rumors I had heard about that thing. Anyway, I've informed you of your duty. I left Kyoko-san and headed back inside. Toka? I knocked on her door, but she didn't respond. I couldn't hear anything from inside the room. You know, we've decided to have Kyoko-san participate in the parental training. Toka remained silent. But you could exempt her from it with a few pen strokes. Just what could she have been doing in there? All you need to do is recognize that Kyoko-san is qualified to be your mother. She was probably curled up in the fetal position in the corner of the room. No! She ran away from home. Or maybe she was clutching a pillow in shock. Anyway, the training begins in 3 days. Make a decision quickly. I think she ran away from home. I had to say, the training had picked a pretty unfortunate time to start this year. Not for you. The sun had begun to set. An eerie silence fell upon the One residence. Toka didn't even leave her room to eat dinner.
困った子だわ。
What a troublesome child. After Kyoko-san returned from the store, she headed to Toka's room. I think you should leave her alone for a while. She agreed.
疲れるわね。
How tiring. Tell me about it. I was being tossed about by waves of circumstance I couldn't understand. Hey, this is just like Amano Iwato. Why don't we hold a huge party and force her out that way? What is Amano Iwato? We'll sing, drink, and have a grand feast. We're gonna need a ton of food for this. People do get pretty grouchy when they are hungry, you know? You should lure her out with a nice warm meal. I was starting to get a bit annoyed with my buffoonery myself. But seriously, people had cravings for home-cooked food every now and then. Oh, that's so true.
料理ね。
Cooking, huh? Kyoko-san opened her purse while muttering to herself. What's up? ... She pulled something out of her purse. A fruit knife?
どうしてこんなものを持ってるのか不思議でしょ？
Don't you think it's strange that I carry something like this with me? Yeah, I'd have to question why someone who doesn't cook would be carrying that around. I took a closer look at the knife. There was a beautiful gemstone embedded into the handle of the knife. Was this maybe a gift from her ex-husband? Is this a souvenir or something?
さすがに観察力があるわね。そうよ。これは
Observational prowess befitting a special high-class individual. That's right. This is... Perhaps it had been a present from Toka?
トーカが小さい頃、修学旅行で買ってきてくれたのよ。
Oh. It was something Toka bought during a school trip when she was little. That's a pretty interesting choice for a souvenir.
あの子はね、ヒーローもののテレビとか好きだったから、よく刀とか拳銃の模造品を欲しがっていたのよ。
She really liked those hero shows on TV, so she'd always want to get toy swords or guns. She had probably been a bit of a brat. But anyway, a fruit knife. I examined it carefully. Don't you think she was trying to send you a message with this?
メッセージ
A message? Come on, you know what I'm trying to say. Mom, please cook. ... How about peeling fruit? Do you not even do that?
それぐらいは、たまに。
Well, I can do something like that every now and then. What about cake? You guys used to run a cake shop a long time ago, didn't you?
ケーキ屋
Cake shop? That's what Toka told me.
トカが、そんなことを
Toka said something like that? Was she mistaken? ... More of the silent treatment. Well, are you busy wallowing in nostalgia after taking that knife out? Honestly, I was starting to get a bit irritated with Kyoko-san. Why don't you peel some apples with that knife and take them into pouty little Toka's room? Oh.
そうね。
Yeah. Yeah? Come on, liven up a bit. I'll even help you out if you want. Well, I could at least see that something extraordinary was weighing heavily upon Kyoko-san's mind.
森田くん、
Kyoko-san spoke to me while staring at the knife in her hand.
人間って大人になればなるほど素直じゃなくなっていくものね。
People get less and less honest as they grow up, don't they? No, there are plenty of adults out there who are honest. I didn't bother saying what I was thinking. I just went along with Kyoko-san's sentiment.
年を重ねれば重ねるほど世間を怖いものを知って臆病になっていく。そういうものでしょ。
The longer you live, the more scary things you learn about, and the more of a coward you become. It works something like that, right? This sentence hit home so hard. You can't imagine how hard it hit home for me. This is so true for a lot of people. As I was a child, I did so many things outside. I was climbing, I was running around, I was going into the woods, I was a wood sword fighting, I got bruises, I did all the stupid shit. I won with a bike down an uneven hill, and luckily I never fell straight on my face. But I did a lot of things I wouldn't do nowadays because I know what kind of injuries you could get from it, what kind of pain it could cause, and how life-threatening those things I used to do as a child and I won't do now. And the world itself becomes even more scary the more things you know because of a looming war that could break out at any moment because of the USA, Russia, and Euro, and I don't even know. It's just that the world is such a scary place with all the thievery, with all the big crimes, the small crimes, terrorism. If you think about all of that stuff as and you only learn about it as you grow older, you get really scared of life, and that's something that is the worst thing that can happen to you, because the more scared you are, the less you can actually enjoy the short life you have, and I wasted already away a lot of it. And I'm really sorry for that, but it's so hard to get yourself out there and overcome those fears. Please, by any means, try to overcome those fears and get more outside. And try to embrace life more than closing yourself out of it by the sheer fear you have. Or it's really easy for me to say but not even I can go on this sentiment for the sole reason that I'm scared of life, and I'm also kind of sick of life because of my personal depression I carry now for a couple of years now. So yeah, I think I should go on with this. Yeah. Kyoko-san let out a deep sigh. The sigh seemed to fill the room with its melancholy.
あ、ごめんなさいね。
Oh, I'm sorry. She snapped out of her trance and lifted her head. Her face bore the fear of a person who had grown up and learned of society, of a person who had learned of frightening things. See? Just like I said it, she gave her the obligation out of fear.
おやすみなさい。戸締まりは任せたわよ。
Good night. I'll let you secure the house. She put her knife back into her purse. Do you always carry that around with you?
ええ。トーカが私にくれたものだから。
Yeah, it was a present from Toka after all. Good night. Toka-san probably did feel a desire to cook for Toka. However, at some point in the past, she had given up cooking for her. Perhaps because she had ended up burning her like that. And so the family no longer ate home-cooked meals. I can't believe that. The fear on Kyoko-san's face flashed through my mind once more. I can't believe that someone could be that weak. However, there were people in this world who possessed simply unbelievable strength. People like Mana. So perhaps the opposite sort of person existed as well. I guess I should get to sleep. I lay on the floor and closed my eyes. I thought I heard a rustling noise coming from Toka's room as I drifted off to sleep. Alright then. Transition going. Alright. And I'm gonna leave this episode here. I have to listen into if the episode turned out like I wanted it to be. Sorry if the episode wasn't like I wanted it to be. I'm really sorry, but I mean, if I would record it again, the first expression would fade away. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed it so far. Leave a like if you did. It really helps me out. Liking is more important than ever because of the weird YouTube updates that hit something. So, yeah, I really appreciate every like I can get, or even a dislike, if you feel like I deserve the dislike. But anyway, hope I will see you around on the next episode. Stay tuned.